Hello everyone, welcome back to Monster Hunter Wilds. We just got a brand new trailer for the game, straight out of Gamescom, and we have a lot of juicy information, so without any further ado, we're going to get a reaction and then I'm going to fully break down the trailer and every little detail that I can find. And we get a new location. Okay.
My word, is this a Lullabarina Floret?
Lullabarina. Ooh. Oh shit. New monster, okay. Lullabarina. Get a new spider. It's always good to have new insects. Oh shit. Get the Scarlet Rod. Paralyzes you. Oh, okay, Doshiguma. For a second it looked like Rajang. Oh, nice. Some sweet dual blade action. Oh man, dual blades are so sick. Oh, the new village.
A lot worse for an interim camp.
Oh man, look at that detail. Village chief?
Once your business here is concluded, you should find shelter.
Oh shit.
From the look of it, that must be this region's apex predator.
Look at him. The railgun wyvern.
Guild permission granted. Begin the hunt.
Understood.
Oh, look at that animation. That is such a sick monster. Sheesh, look at that. Oh man, this game is so good. I'm so excited. That's the pop-up tent. Okay. Ooh, Longstar looking good. The homing with the bow. Okay. Wow. No release date? Oh. Oh, look at the food. So tasty. No release date, okay. Oh, we get... Oh, we already knew about this, okay. So yeah, this was an awesome trailer. We didn't really get the reveal of the name of that railgun wyvern. I'm gonna be checking the website as well because they also have a lot of information there whenever we get these trailer drops. So there is a lot to analyze and go through. So this is the new spider monster that we are getting, the Lullabarina, a Temnoceran that resides in the Scarlet Forest. Its thorax, which can be opened at will, resembles a rose in bloom, which we saw in the trailer. And I think that this is the armor set that we saw with some of the weapons, I can't really remember which, but it had a very distinct armor set that it kind of reminded me of, again, a spider-like monster. It also had a few roses in it, so I'm guessing that is the Lullabarina armor set. And down here we have, there he is, Raydao, the railgun wyvern, and look at how cool this guy looks. And this is without any of the electricity on him. I also like this iconography here behind the name, pretty cool. Let's see, from the looks of it, that must be this region's apex predator. A flying wyvern that rules the windward plains as its apex predator. It has adapted to the lightning that accompanies the scent tide, with most sightings having occurred during the storm. Its ability to discharge electricity in powerful attacks pose a threat to even the most experienced hunters. Man, just look at this thing, it looks beautiful. I can't wait to hunt him and get his armor. And on that note, let's read a little bit about the Scarlet Forest. It looks really cool with the Red River. It's a very distinct place. Very often when we get new places in Monster Hunter, new locales, they often end up reminding us of similar places because this is a very storied franchise over the years, and naturally some regions are going to look similar to others. There's only so many ways that you can do a desert wasteland. But here the Scarlet Forest is looking very different from pretty much anything that I have seen in the franchise so far. So that is very exciting. Following the river found in the Windward Plains will lead you to the verdant Scarlet Forest with its towering trees and abundant water. As you take your first steps here in your journey, your eyes are drawn to the peculiar red-colored water found on the forest floor. And the only monster they have here indicated for the Scarlet Forest is currently the Lullabarina. Now, going back to this trailer, I really like this cutscene. We are accompanied by all of these NPCs. We go on this expedition. And we see that Lullabarina Floret. And I thought that this was actually Gina, but it's someone else. Here on the website we can see that this hunter is called Olivia. She's a hammer-wielding member of the Hunters Guild Forbidden Lands expedition team. And here you get to see the full render of her, looks pretty cool. A mix of a Royal Knight set, while also being fit to explore these lands, I like it a lot. She previously took on special missions from the guild but has since been assigned to the Forbidden Lands. She can assist the hunter as a support hunter during quests. So again, we're going to be able to take NPCs with us on quests, we knew this before, but from the sound of it, it looks like it's going to work similarly to the follower system in Sunbreak, so hopefully they do something cool with that, like maybe we can also manage their gear, level them up in some way. I think that would be cool. And we also got to take a look at a brand new Palico, Athos, an elite long-haired Palico assisting Olivia. Not much is known about this little guy, but personally I love the way that he looks. I mean, just look at this. And even has a peg leg like he's a pirate and a scar on his eye. That is super badass, I like this guy a lot. But we don't have any information on who this NPC right here is that I thought was Gemma. I do think that she looks somewhat similar to her, so sisters maybe? And here we see the expedition group, naturally. Athos is her Palico, so he's going to be accompanying her. And here we get to see the new spider monster. New insect, ah man, it looks so cool, look at that, with the claws and everything. And it spins around like a ballerina, okay, that makes perfect sense. Hits you with the tail, I mean, with the stinger I should say, and then turns into a bouquet, into a rose. And starts spitting shit everywhere. Oh, those are needles that are falling down, okay. That makes much more sense. Oh, and you can see those flowers there on the side, it looks like they're hovering. I wonder if it's going to work similarly to how Curio works in Sunbreak. Oh, the hunter touches it and then gets paralyzed or falls down to the ground at the very least. Okay, that is very interesting. And right here it cuts right before the spider goes into a big lunge attack. And here we get to see a big turf war between Doshiguma and Lala Ballerina. And look at that close-up shot. Care for a hand. Oh man, it's gonna be so cool to do the story for the first time with the NPC hunters helping us out. Gap closing with the dual blades, getting into the demon dance, and then swap into the new stance. Right, there you go. And then back into the finisher. Dual blades look so cool, dude. I need to show you guys the video that I'm working on for all of the weapons. And then here's the new camp that we're going to be getting. Nothing too special about this, honestly. We get to see this little detail with the crystals on the ropes. And how everyone at the village is working together. You get to see the tribes that are there and everything. Something that I speculated on a previous video as well. Like a wild beast bristling with lightning. And here we have Raidao, the apex of the first region. And just look at how cool this guy is. Such a sick design. It looks even cooler like that. Guild permission granted, begin the hunt. Again, I like how official they have been doing this, where they actually have to grant permission for the hunt to begin, and look at that animation. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So you can see that on each of these attacks that Raidao does, he kind of leaves a gap on the floor, like a little bit of a hole there. He affects the terrain like this. You see how there's now a small hole there where he used his horns to attack the hunter? This is something that the Balahar already is going to do, but it's cool to see other monsters being capable of doing the same, although it's likely going to lead to some few accidental cards. And that is the railgun attack where he powers up the horns, closes it, channels the electricity, and boom. So cool. And now we're back to the ballerina and Oshiguma with the beautiful hammer design. And that's the pop-up camps that I talked about in a previous video, able to put them anywhere. Oh, the sneak attack for the dual blades, I don't think we had seen that before. Oh, that was the Meowsterken. And that attack for the longsword, it wasn't shown previously in any of the weapon previews. It kind of looks like the finisher of the Spirit Blade combo, but I'm not quite sure. And then of course we have the homing attack for the bow, followed by the Dragon Piercer. Then the big shield bash with the sword and shield. And now we get to see this cutscene of the hunters mining, interacting with the environment, gathering water. Very cool stuff all around. Now we also have, courtesy of Kogath, screenshots from an official press release from Gamescom Opening Night Live. So I'm going to be reading into this because there's a few interesting details here. Today Capcom ventured into unknown territory at Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024, revealing an all-new hunting ground foes and features debuting in Monster Hunter Wilds. The latest footage for the highly anticipated action RPG showcased the Scarlet Forest and a spider-like monster known as Lala Ballerina. who patrols this lush woodland. Capcom also presented the first extended look at the region's apex monster and explored exciting new gameplay details, including how to clash with larger-than-life foes head-on, hunt as a group even in single player, and enjoy unprecedented freedom in the seamless world of the Forbidden Lands. So again, they go back to how we're going to have a different apex monster for each of the regions, how we're going to clash against monsters, and how we can actually have essentially a new version of the follower system from Sunbreak. Now, we already addressed the Scarlet Forest, how it's a newly revealed locale in the Forbidden Lands, a setting with towering greenery contrasted with the waters dyed in a crimson hue. It's a dynamic environment that undergoes periods of plenty, inclemency, and fallow that transform the landscape and the wildlife residing within it. That is again something I talked about in a previous video, where we're going to have essentially different states for each of the different locales, like how the Windward Plains would totally change with the electric storm, and you would have the apex come in and the environment and the fauna would change. More details on the Lalabarina, part of the Temnosteron class of monsters rarely seen in the series. The Lalabarina possesses sharp, spiny limbs and can unfurl its thorax into a massive rose-like form that is as treacherous as it is beautiful. Perfect description of that monster. Again, they highlight that there is an apex monster for each of the regions in Wilds, and how Raidao is the apex of the Windward Plains. Now, they also mention that the Scarlet Forest seems to be relatively close to the Windward Plains, and they make it imply that you can travel from the Windward Plains into the Scarlet Forest. Now, I'm guessing that there's going to be some sort of loading screen between them. It's not going to be a seamless open world, which I also addressed in a previous video. I feel like all of these maps are going to essentially be mini open worlds, but they're not going to be perfectly connected together. You're still going to have a loading screen separating them, but you're going to be able to go from one map to the other if you wish to. Although maybe if you are in the middle of a quest, I can expect you to not be able to do so, or maybe you would have to abandon the quest to do so. And they also go on to talk about the support hunters, whether playing solo or online. Support hunters can fill openings in players' unnamed parties. These helpful NPCs include Olivia, a hammer-wielding member of the Forbidden Lands Research Commission who will also play a key role in the story along with her elite Palico Athos. And he's a badass. They also talk a bit about the new moves, how we're going to have the power clash, where blocking certain attacks can lock hunters into a physical struggle, and offset attacks where a well-timed hit can interrupt a monster. It's the first time we hear about these offset attacks, so maybe they are the special counters that we got to see, like the beautiful greatsword counter where the hunter lunges the greatsword vertically and counters the Doshagume in one of the previous trailers. They talk a bit more about the Wind Song Village. The latest trailer also introduced Kunafa, a settlement hunters will visit in the Windward Plains, one of multiple communities in the Forbidden Lands. They also mentioned that the Kunafa raise livestock for cheese productions, and it's also the home to the Sacreds, the trusty mounts that the hunters will soon discover in Wilds. And finally, they talk about the new feature, the pop-up camps that you can essentially set up anywhere to be able to fast travel. So when you are away from the base camp, quests can begin by targeting a monster in the area using their map, or simply by striking one when out in the field. Players can also prepare for their next hunt without returning to base by using their portable barbecue grill for a stat boost, or by taking a rest at a pop-up camp. These forward operating bases are convenient spots to manage item and equipment, serve as a returning point after fainting, and can be used as a fast travel destination. And again, you're able to set them up pretty much anywhere. All in all, I'm very happy with what we saw from Monster Hunter Wilds at Gamescom. Of course, we're going to be getting a whole lot more, so expect me to cover everything as we get new information. Now, I was actually supposed to be going to Gamescom. I spoke to Jono, the community manager, and he was hooking me up with a booth to be able to play the game and record some footage for you guys, but unfortunately, due to some personal circumstances and family issues, I kind of had to end up not attending the event, which is a bit of a shame, but again, I'll be doing my best to cover every bit of news that we get, so if you guys are excited and look forward to more Monster Hunter Wilds news, be sure to subscribe because I'll be here to give you guys some good information. With that being said, I hope you are all as excited as I am for the game, and hopefully we're going to be getting a playable demo very soon. With that being said, my name is Dark Hero, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, happy hunting!